Yeah. Let's continue Python for AWS data engineering. In that, let's continue collection framework or collection data types. In that, let's continue set collection with examples. So first important one, set is a collection framework to store or hold collection or list of values in a single variable. To store or hold collection of values in a single variable. And second one, set collection is similar to list collection. Set collection is similar to list collection. We can represent set collection using curly braces. Inside curly braces, we can store collection of values or list of values. And first important point, list collection allows duplicates, but set does not allow duplicates too. List allows duplicates, but set does not allow duplicates. Let me take these two examples. First, I'm creating a set collection with collection of data. And then I'm printing set collection. I'm printing type of S1 variable. It is going to print class set. So we are representing collection of values in a curly braces. Next one. List allows duplicates, but set does not allow duplicates. So if you observe here, I'm trying to store duplicate values in a set. See, uh, 10, 20, 30, 40, again 10, 20, 30, and 50. So these three values are duplicated in list. List allows duplicate. But what about a set? If you try to store duplicates into set, it will remove duplicates and stores only unique values. If you try to store duplicates, set removes duplicates and stores only unique values. See, list we are seeing duplicates, but set we are seeing only unique values. Unique values. Next important point about let me add that point here. List maintains insertion order, but set does not maintain insertion order. Set does not maintain insertion order. Set uses hashing mechanism for storing the data. Okay, it will not maintain insertion order. That's why you are not going to see order of insertion. It finds hash code value. Based on hash code value, it will insert value into memory. That's why you are not going to see insertion order in set. Now let's start understanding navigating set collection. So we seen printing entire set. Printing entire set. So it is printed entire set. But my requirement is I want to print value by value. Value by value. So to print value by value, we use index. Yes, sir. So tuple we used index, list we use index for navigating element by element, but set we cannot use index for navigating because insertion order is not maintained. So if you say If you say index of 0, you are going to expect first value, whatever value you inserted. But here, insertion order is not maintaining, so you cannot access set using insertion order, sorry, index. So by using index, you cannot access. You will get an error. If you try to access set using index, you will get an error. Because set object not subscriptable. Then we can use only for loop for navigating set collection. We can use only for loop for navigating set collection. So index we cannot use to navigate set collection. So let's say usual example, let's say I have a list with duplicates. My requirement is I want to remove duplicates without using any programmatic technique. I have a list and I got a requirement, remove duplicates from list without writing any programmatic approach. Then we can convert list to set using set function. Then again set to list. Whenever you convert list to set, it removes all duplicates. Then you are converting set to list, then you are printing list. Initially you are printing list, it has a duplicate. After conversion you are printing list, now you are seeing only unique values. So you may get one more important question is list versus set. Main difference is list allows duplicates, set does not allow duplicates. List we can navigate using forward approach, backward approach, because it maintain insertion order. We can use index to access the list. But set does not maintain insertion order, so we cannot use index for accessing elements. Now let's understand one more collection framework is FrozenSet collection. FrozenSet collection is similar to set collection. Difference between set and FrozenSet. Set collection is mutable. You can create a set, you can modify elements in a set. But FrozenSet is a immutable. Once you create a FrozenSet, you cannot modify elements from FrozenSet. Means you cannot remove, you cannot add elements into FrozenSet. If you want mutable nature, go with FrozenSet. Sorry, set. If you do not want mutable nature, you want immutable nature, then go with FrozenSet. Let me take set nature first. I am creating a set object. Then I am trying to remove element from set. I am trying to remove element from set. It is allowing. You can add element, you can remove element from set. But FrozenSet, we cannot. Because FrozenSet is immutable. First important point, FrozenSet we cannot create directly. FrozenSet we cannot create directly because there is no separate statement to create a FrozenSet. First we need to create a set object. Then we have to convert using FrozenSet function to set. We pass a set object, it will convert a FrozenSet. Okay. Then I printed FrozenSet, type of FrozenSet. I am trying to remove element from FrozenSet. It gives an error. Let me execute. See, we got error. FrozenSet object does not have remove function. So I created a set object, I printed a type, then I converted set to frozen set, then I printed type of frozen set, class frozen set. Okay, clear writing? What is frozen set? Frozen set is immutable object. It is similar to set only, but immutable object. Once you create a frozen set, you cannot remove data from frozen set. If you want a mutable nature, go with set. If you want immutable nature, go with frozen set. Frozen set we cannot create directly. We need to create a set object. Then we have to convert a set object to frozen set using frozen set function.